Hi everyone, I'm just making a quick recording right now since I am still streaming here. This is Season 9, Day 1, and a lot of people are asking me questions like, what's up with my Nightmare Dungeon sigils? What's up with my Arcana? I can't find any. And I just want to give you a little bit of the rundown of what is going on here. So I've been playing for around 12 hours now. I'm Paragon 175 on hardcore with my Spiritborn. It's been going pretty well, by the way, so the balance and stuff is really good. But that aside, well, what to do with Nightmare Dungeons? So, it turns out that they changed how Nightmare Dungeon generation works. So you no longer get them from completing a dungeon. So I think this has actually not happened at all to me. Instead, you have to basically craft every single sigil. Now, the first sigils you can get from the season quest line. So you do that right at the start. It takes like 5 minutes or so. You get a first sigil. And then I think you might get a few more from like the reward tracks from the season wrap and so on. So check that out as well. I don't 100% remember that, but I did have a few very early on. Now I was living in a party and we were trying to just kind of like stick to Nightmare Dungeons, and that worked out all the way to basically level 60. But if you're solo, there's a good chance you'll run out of sigils and you will not get them back. So the way to do more dungeons is to just craft sigils, and you have to get sigil powder for that. Now, how do you get sigil powder? Well, this is a bit more complicated, so you have to do Hell Tide mostly and Whispers. So you kind of have to go out of your way to get those sigils, then you can run the sigils, and then you get like decent XP there with the Forgotten Wisdom modifier, for example, if you have that. This is like one of the positive affixes you can have on sigils. I don't have an example right now, but this is also something I talked about in my leveling strategy. Now, this Forgotten Wisdom was nerfed, and it also doesn't work in party. It's like only one person can pick up the XP globe, but overall Nightmare Dungeon leveling was still fine, and kind of like on the level of other leveling strategies, I would say. So if you get a lot of Forgotten Wisdom dungeons, you can probably go really fast anyway, which now scales with level and difficulty, by the way. So you want to try to go to a higher difficulty and try to get as many of those Forgotten Wisdom XP globes. That being said, we also noticed there is a certain cap or something on some of those effects they can get in Nightmare Dungeons, so don't get surprised or something. But for example, as you go through the dungeon, at some point, some of the beneficial affixes will just kind of stop working, like the XP globes, they just like stop appearing or something like that. Might be similar with some of the others, so just kind of something to keep in mind here. So yeah, if you're leveling up 1 to 60 still, do the season quests, farm Nightmare Dungeons as much as you can. And then if you run out of sigils, you go a bit of Helltide, or maybe go Under City for a Grove Tribute that gives you XP. So this is also kind of nice. And at level 50, you can do the Stronghold on normal difficulty and just blast all the way to 60. So that's kind of how you level. And yeah, other than that, the Arcana. So you see this here. A lot of people also ask me like, man, is this bugged? This is not dropping. It kind of feels bugged, to be honest. I have 8 out of, I think, 20. And I've done quite a lot of Nightmare Dungeons, to be fair. So it could just be that this is kind of slow and that's it. But it does seem weird that especially like the Magic Arcana are very slow to acquire. I have like 3 of them. And yeah, I had like 2 when I hit 60 or something like that. So it's just that slow, but you can get them. And well, one thing that we have way too much of is Horatic Files. But for some reason, that is a known issue as far as we are aware. So this was this little blue post here that people keep referencing, but yeah, the files is like not the problem, at least. But it could very well be that maybe other stuff is buggy here with, for example, the Arcana drops, and this is just something they haven't really like acknowledged yet. So yeah, just want to give like this little update here for the people asking. So yeah, Arcana can be acquired, leveling, do Nightmare Dungeons as much as you can, but you have to go other stuff at some point because of the sigils just running out. And this is mostly about it here. Other than that, I'll probably have more stuff to share soon, so stay tuned and see you guys next time.